Today's class is going to be on the Gymball. It's one of my favourite pieces of equipment, partly because it does challenge your stability, and also it has an effect of making you feel as if you've really stretched, worked your core stability and actually improved your balance. So we'll start off just sitting on the ball and sitting as you normally would do, hopefully on a chair, pressing your sit bones into the chair or pressing your sit bones into the ball. Just grow taller through your spine. So you're trying to think of the crown of your head reaching up towards the ceiling and your shoulders dropping, and that little bit of tightness that you need around your waist. Now if you look at me sideways on, what you want to be careful of is that you don't start to arch your back. You're just keeping this pressure downwards into the ball. If you check, your feet might be a little bit wider apart than normal, and hold that position and breathe in. And then as you breathe out, I want you just to find the pelvic curl. Just curl your tailbone underneath you, bringing the ball forward. So the ball is going to roll towards your heels, and then press your sitting bones into the ball, and as you breathe in, grow up tall. Now if you feel a little bit uncertain on the ball, you can always put the ball back so that it's against the wall and it's not going to move so much. So you're just doing the movement on top of it. Okay? So as you breathe out, curl your tailbone underneath you and make the ball move towards your heels. Press into your sit bones, press into your hands, grow your spine up, and this time add a little bit of an arch at the top as you send your breastbone up towards the ceiling. And breathing out, curl your tailbone underneath you. And breathing in, press into your sit bones, lift your breastbone, let your shoulder blades drop, bring your head to look up. Just one more of those, curling. And you should feel that working your lower back, your lumbar spine. And uncurling as you bring yourself up. And then just bring yourself back into your neutral position. I'll change position again. Also make sure that your feet don't slip. You can take your socks off if you need to. So from here, I want you to try and keep the shoulders absolutely still, and you're going to just take your hips out to one side, back to center, to the other side, and you're going to do a couple more of those, just making sure you're keeping very still. Now I always have this image of two parrots, one sitting on each of my shoulders, and the parrots are not disturbed. So you're not doing a shifting through your upper back, you're just keeping that movement going. Okay, when you take your hips out to the side now, curl your tailbone underneath you and circle the ball back. 3 more of those, so just circling. To really concentrate. So you're engaging your deep tummy, rotating your spine, mobilizing our lower back and engaging our deep abdominals. Okay, over to the other side. Feels so nice on the lower back. Just to get it moving, especially if you've been sitting for a long time. We've all been probably either gardening a lot or sitting in front of our computers, or probably a little bit more sedentary than we normally are. Bring ourselves back to the central position, and now just bounce. So I want you to just bounce up and down, and as you bounce up and down, draw your tummy towards your spine. Let your shoulders drop, get your feet pressing into the floor, and just feel that movement through the knees. Now I'm just being very wary because my feet want to scoot off in front of me. I've got sticky things under my socks, but take your feet wide, put your hands on your knees, slide them down as you roll the ball backwards. Hang yourself into a nice stretch. Breathe out, bring the ball back, and then roll your spine up. Okay, so we're just going to push the ball backwards, nod your head forward, do a roll down into the gap between your legs. Try and get your legs to straighten And then pull with your feet and roll the spine all the way up again. Let's do that one more time. So you're nodding your head forward, rolling down, pushing your legs straight, bending your knees and pushing into the ball and rolling your spine all the way up. Okay, we're going to do this, I'll sit sideways on. I still want you to have those sumo legs. And this time, instead of rolling down, I want your spine to be straight, your hands on your legs, and you're going to lean forward. Lean, 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 lean into that gap. Let your head go. Curl your tailbone underneath you. Roll your spine up. Breathing in as you lean forward. Breathing out as you roll up. Breathing in as you lift your head. And again, lean forward. Drop the head. Curl the tail underneath you. Roll your spine up. Last one in that direction. Lift your chest. Lean your chest forward. Roll your spine up. Let's do that in reverse. So lean back slightly, let the head and neck roll forward. Dive forward into the space in front of you. Lift your chest. Now you've got your chest lifted, you're looking forward, engage your tummy and lift the back up. And 3 more. Reach out with your tail and lift. Just soften your back as you roll down. Engage your tummy and breathe in as you come up. Last one. Up you come. Find that position and just let your body drop. Okay, so I'm going to bring myself to face forward again. My feet are going to be parallel. I'd like you to be perched just a little bit further forward on the ball, so you've got a bit more of a gap between your heels and the backs of your legs and the ball. So there's a gap of about that much. So holding that position, bring your hands behind your head. Just drop your shoulders. And as you breathe in, you're rotating to one side. As you breathe out, you come back. Inhale, rotate. Exhale back. Now we're limiting this to our upper body to start with. So we're keeping both sitting bones as they are, both hips planted. And now we're going to add to that. So as we turn to this side, we're going to push the opposite knee forward. So that knee is going forward to really encourage a bit more movement in your hip. And then you go to the other side. Now, you don't have to have your hands behind your head. Just to make it easier, if you want to put your hands on your thighs, if you're finding that balance too much, or if you're finding your shoulders get tired, just turn, but add the knee movement, add the hip movement. And what we're doing is we're mimicking the walking movement, so our pelvis shifts forward on one side, back, as if you're walking through your sit bones, adding that curious turn of the head to the opposite side. Bring yourself back to center. Keeping your heels down now, you're going to let your elbows fold forward and once again draw the ball towards your heels and then push back up until you're sitting upright. I'm going to do that sideways on so you can see. So a little bit more challenging. Once again, if you're worried, put the ball against the wall. Curl the tailbone underneath you. Push into your sitting bones and roll your spine up. Let's do 2 more. Breathing out as you roll back. Just feel you're going a little bit further, that your tail's curling underneath you, that you've got your lower back pushing into the ball, and your knees aren't pushing forward like that. The ball's coming towards your heels, but your knees are staying in alignment over your ankles. So this is your spine moving, this is your pelvis moving, this is your lumbar spine moving. You can go down to about there, and then press and lift. Okay, once again. Now slide your feet just that little extra bit further forward if you can, so you've got a bit more range of movement. Hold the position, your lower back touching the ball, Take your arms away, reach them forward. Now, if you don't want to take your arms away, keep your hands where they are, or grasp your legs. Squeeze your fingers together and push forward, press into your sit bones and roll your spine up. This time you're going to keep your arms like that. If it's too hard, put your hands on the sides of your legs. So drop your shoulders, curl your tailbone underneath you, pull the ball forward, pull it towards your lower back. Push forward with your fingertips and restack your spine. Let's do that 2 more times, and on the second time you're going to stay down there. So remember, you've got that option to squeeze and squeeze to bring yourself up, or a little harder, roll in this position. Good, now try and hold that position. If you can only come to there, do. Otherwise, see if you can bring your lower back into the floor. Bring one hand behind your head, the other hand behind your head. Now keep your lower back on the floor. Breathe in. As you breathe out, just come halfway forward. Breathe in, drop back. Breathe out, squeeze forward. Breathe in, drop back. God, my tummy's burning. And forward, take the arms forward, roll your spine up. Straighten your legs from this position and just let yourself lie forward over the ball or over your legs. And roll your spine all the way up. Okay, so the next one's a little harder. So if you have any problems with your neck, your shoulders, your lower back, just miss that one out or continue to roll back. So we're going to add a bit of oblique movement into that. So as you roll yourself back, find that ball with your lower back and just stop when you get to that position. Put one hand behind the head, the other hand behind the head. Pull up the tummy, press into the floor. As you breathe in, you're rotating. And as you breathe out, you come back. Now, make sure your head and shoulders aren't drooping backwards. Pull in the tummy, twist and open the middle back. And back. Breathe out to the other side. And back. And across to the side. And back. You've got 2 more. These are absolutely killing. Back to center, slide your hands forward and take yourself forward into a long stretch. Big breath in, breathe out, roll your spine up. Put your right heel into the ball to stop it moving, or one heel. Stretch the other leg away. Now I want you to lift your arms up. As you breathe out, take as long a stretch forward as you can, as if you're going to reach beyond your feet. And then curl your tailbone underneath you and roll up. So inhale, and then exhale, reach forward. And roll up. Once again, breathe in, breathe out to reach. And roll your spine up. Swap legs. So lift up the arms and lean forward. Your tail. We're doing 3 of those in total. This is a hamstring stretch in case you haven't realised. And forward. And roll your spine up. And lift. And reach over your leg. Roll your spine all the way up. Excellent. Now I'm going to face forward again so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to have my feet together this time. So I'm going to squeeze the insides of my feet together, the insides of my knees together. I'm going to have my sit bones down on the ball. Now immediately the ball is going to want to skitter to one side, to the tighter side. And I urge you to not arch your back, just drop your sit bones down. It feels as if you're trying to squash the ball into the floor, and bring your hands behind your head. Now this is going to have a little bit of a balance challenge here. Just holding that position. You can open your feet if you find that's too challenging. Now as you rotate to the right, breathe in. As you breathe out, come back to center. Inhale, rotate to the left. Exhale, center. Just changing it a little bit from the first time, making that a little bit harder. Our center of gravity is right down through from the head to the tail, but our feet are providing a much smaller base. And round, and then bring yourself back. Bring your feet, your hands onto your legs, bring your feet a little bit further apart, and we're going to eventually lift one leg. So press into your ball, gauge your tummy, peel up one heel, and without shifting your weight, see if you can hover that foot off the floor and place it back down. Now there's obviously a little shift to the ball, but to the best of your ability, you want to keep the hip down and hover up the other leg and lower it down. Let's keep going. You can put your hands on the ball, you can put your hands on your thighs, or you can take your hands up to the side, whichever you want to do. Good. Now, if you can, take your arms out to the side and take your leg out. Now you're only taking it out to about 30 degrees and bringing it back. I can feel that wobble already. Open up and bring it back. Keep standing on your other leg. Bring it back, lower it down. So anchor the opposite hip, anchor the foot, and open and close. This is really challenging. It is all about your inner thigh, your standing leg, and not hitching that opposite hip up. Lower your foot down, bring your arms down, take a nice big roll with your shoulders, and now we're going to change position. So looking at me from the side, you might have to move your screen now, so it's a little bit lower. So we're going to start off with the ball just about over our tummies, and just be careful you don't get squashed by the ball. So you want it under your belly button, not over under your diaphragm. Your legs are going to be reaching out, and I would take the legs wider and make sure your heels are always pushing backwards. So you're not standing on your toes, otherwise you lose your balance. Heels are pushing backwards, you've got a nice firm base. Now you could turn around and put your heels at the bottom of the wall, okay? All right, now from here, just reach out with your heels, make sure your legs are straight, and come up so that you have your head in line with your tail. Okay, for some of you, if the ball's a little bit bigger or smaller, you may have your elbows bent, or you may even not be able to touch the floor. And then just soften. So just finding your upper back muscles, you're pulling your shoulders down your back, gauging your tummy, pressing the tummy into the ball, bringing up the back of the neck, and then come down. Okay, so once again, come up, hold that position, draw your shoulders down, hover up one arm, lower it back down, hover up the other arm, lower it back down. One leg just comes up to hip height and down. The other leg, no higher than that, and down. One arm and down. One arm and down. One leg, make sure your head's not drooping, and down. Try not to let the ball shift. And down. Okay, now we have arm and leg. And down. Place the foot back where it came from. Arm and leg. And down. Arm and leg. Hard on the side. Good. And last one. And down. Okay, bend your knees, round your back. Just rock your ball side to side. Really come back. I need to add a little extra to get our glutes working. So have your hands down or your fingertips down, lift up your first leg. Now your leg isn't coming really high, it's just coming up in line with your hip, I want you to bend your knee and bring your heel as close to your bottom as you can. Keep your tummy pressing into the ball, and you're doing 6 lifts up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now drop the knee down, and you're going to straighten. Try and keep the leg at that same height, and bend, and straighten, and bend, and 3, 4, keep your tummy working, 5, and 6, and lower your leg down. Put it back, and lift up the other leg. Keep the knee high, bring the heel in, and push up. Now making sure that opposite hip, the hip doesn't come off the ball, press it into the ball. So think of the bottom of your, the front of your hip bone pressing into the ball. Your heel stays close, don't let it creep away from you. This is the last one. Drop your knee down, and then straighten, bend, straighten, bend. Just make sure your knee stays in the same position, doesn't droop down. Last 2, last 1, and then bend your knees, and just let yourself drop over the ball. Give everything a rock, side to side. Well done. And now we're going to change the ball in the opposite direction, so that we have our ball, and what I would like you to do is just have the tips of your toes, I don't know if you can see, the tips of your toes against the wall, the ball tucked in underneath you. Okay, so if you're against the wall would be here, you would be reaching with your heels against the wall, your floor's there, your ball is tucked really close underneath you, so that you can allow your knees to drop down to the floor. Now you're just going to have to imagine the wall behind my heels. I'm going to hug the ball around its waist, keep my elbows where they are, slide my shoulder blades down, and just come into a little arch. Now at this point, try and curl your tailbone underneath you, so you're pressing into the ball. You probably would only be able to come to about there, and then relax down. So as you curl your tail underneath you, feel as if you're going to draw your shoulder blades down and come up, and then roll down, and relax. Okay, 2 more, so head and neck come up, curling the tail under you, sliding your shoulder blades down, breathe in, and breathe out and drop down. Good. 1 more, just upper back please, and then drop back. Okay, so same position, I'll do it from the side and then I'll do it with my feet against the wall so you can see both. Your head and neck are going to come up, and as you come up you're going to stretch your heels away towards the wall. Okay, so start off with your fingertips on the floor, just reach out with the heels, come up into that position, and then gently let yourself fold back. Alright, that's the simple beginning. So push out, reach out with the heels, slide the shoulders down, let the breastbone come up, and then drop back down. Okay, we're going to come up into a plank position, which is not a big arch. Push out with the heels, keep the knees where they are, and reach up with one arm. Okay, keep the heels down, reach up with the other arm, hold that position, see if you can get your breastbone to go up and forward a little bit more, and then let your arms come down. So do 2 more, pushing out with the heels, lifting up, and lowering down. Okay, I'm going sideways on, just keep going. So I'm going to have my feet, toes on the floor, feet against the wall. Okay, catch up with me now. So reaching my heels into the wall, so I've got a little bit more stability, my feet are quite wide apart. I'm going to come up a little bit higher, bringing the arms up as I come up. Now from here, bend your knees, let your knees come down and just lower the whole shape down. I'm going to do one more like that. So you're pushing your heels away from you, reaching up, encouraging that extension, and coming down. Now we're going to change that. We're going to push out, come up into a plank position, which is about here. And then as your knees come to the floor, reach back. So your knees are bent now, they're into the floor, you're gaining extension in your lower back. Push out with your legs and bring yourself back to parallel. So as your knees bend to the floor, they need to hit the floor, you push your tummy into the ball, slide your shoulders back, open your arms, get that lovely back extension, push out and reach. Okay, one more. So knees drop, lift the chest, lift the gaze, and then reach out, lower your arms, bend your knees, take a hold of your ball, little rock side to side. Okay, so from here we're coming forward, and I'm going to do this sideways on again. I'm going to work our upper body. We're going to do a little bit of work on our triceps and biceps. So what tends to happen when people lie on the ball is their lower torso goes all floppy and hangs down like that. I want you to work it so you're reaching out with your legs and you're keeping a stiffness in your legs. Your heels together, your toes just slightly apart, making sure you're using your glutes. Your palms pressed down. Now, as I bend my elbows, I'm allowing my breastbone to go forward and I'm not rolling the ball backwards. And then I'm pushing with my arms to come straight up again. So as I come down, my legs are coming up. It's a bit like a seesaw. And as I push, I lift. So we've got 3 more of those. Inhale and exhale. Just do whatever you can. It's number 2. Number 3. You can see my arms are parallel. My elbows are bending in towards my sides. Changing that position. The elbows are wide and my chest is coming down. My head's lifted. I'm pushing to come up. And bending. And lift. And bend. Make sure your legs are still working as you seesaw. 5. Back to the arms are burning. 6. And just sink back. Just give yourself a rest. Okay, that was the first set. The second set, we're going to have less of us on the ball. So less of our body. Just need to bring this back a little bit. So as we go forward, I'm coming forward so that my hands are actually on the floor and my calf muscles, not my calf muscles, my thigh muscles are on the ball, my knees are on the ball, but I've got a lot of weight forward. Now my tummy has to work much harder now. So when we do our 6 little press ups, you're not allowing the ball to roll. You are moving around the ball. Elbows bend. Elbows bend. I'm making it much littler. Keep your shoulders pulled down. Last one. Good. Now turn the fingers inwards. And 1, 2. Keep your tummy working. Make sure your shoulders aren't collapsing. None of that. Keep pushing the floor away. 4, 5, 6, and back. Whoa. Just let your arms relax over your ball. And bring yourself up. Okay, so you're going to come up into a kneeling position now. Have the ball on your side, on one side. High kneeling. Lift up one arm, and as you breathe out, just go into a side bend. And bring yourself back. Let's do 3. 2 plain ones and then 1 rotation. So 2. Good. 3, you bring the arm onto the ball. Widen your arms out and just reach away. Now curl your tailbone underneath you, bring the ball back. You're trying to keep your hip pushed forward, your ribs turning. Inhale, exhale, lift your arm and bring yourself back. Swap sides, so pop the ball down, lift up your arm and 1, 2, 3, rotate. Pull the ball in towards you, deepen the curl, lift up underneath your ribs and reach. And 2, and reach. And 3, and then bring your arm back and bring yourself back. Place your ball in front of you. Drop your head, roll forward, send your tailbone out behind you. Lift your chest and then curl back again. We're coming back in a cat position, rolling all the way up to the top. Roll down, head and neck and shoulders. Send your tailbone out, lift your chest, look over the top of the ball and then curl to bring yourself back. All the way up, ripple up onto your knees. Once again. Reach up with the tail. Curl the tailbone underneath you. Okay, a little stability challenge now for everybody. You work the core. You're going to lift your arms up and bring the ball over your head. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether the ball's actually going to be in the picture, but if you want to, you can rest it on your head if it's a bit too heavy. Otherwise, reach it up, engage your tummy. You're doing a straight lean back from your knees, keeping your torso working, and then bring yourself forward. So no buckling in the middle. Just pull on your tummy, pull your ribs down, lean back from the knees, and forward. 2 more, so just a little rock, and rock forward. Last one. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring the ball back down again. Roll down, send your tailbone out. And just give everything a little wiggle. Right, get ready to lie down. So you're going to lie on your back and bring the backs of your legs, your calf muscles onto your ball. Line yourself up nicely so that you make sure your head's in line with your feet, hips are down, arms down by your sides, tailbone down on the ground. Squeezing your legs together. If you find your balance is challenged, or if you find it's too wobbly, take your feet a little bit further apart, but everyone try and keep their legs together. Okay, press into the backs of your arms, press the backs of your ribs down, and imagine you're going to squash that ball as you roll your hips up. Only coming up to there, checking my knees are straight, my legs are reaching away, my toes are pointing, I've dropped down into the back of my rib cage, and then I'm going to roll my spine down. So first 3, keep your arms down. Don't try and lift your arms at all. Just keep pushing your legs away from you. You'll automatically feel your glutes coming on. And roll down. There's no way your glutes and hamstrings cannot work in this position. It's just a question of not letting them work too much. You've got to get your glutes working, your bottom squeezing. Hold. Good. Now sink the breastbone a little bit. Find the width out through the shoulders. So you're pressing into the back of your shoulder blades to lift up one arm and lower it back down. Keep pressing the ball down, lift up the other arm and lower it down. Everybody's eyes looking forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's see if we can take the arm all the way back and bring it forward. Okay, we're still up. We're going to bring the first arm back. Now you can take it to there if you wish. Drop the back of your shoulder, roll your spine down, just one arm back, all the way down to the tail, and all the way back up again. Bring your arm down. The other arm goes back. Roll your spine down. And roll your spine back up again. And bring the arms down. Now see if you can lift both arms up. See if you can reach them back behind you. Now roll your spine down, and when you've done that, roll your spine back up again. Press down. Now keeping the backs of your shoulders down, bring your arms up to here, and we're just going to switch arms slowly and steadily for 6. That's 3 repetitions. Number 2, number 3. Bring both arms down, roll your spine all the way down. Right, bring the ball in a little bit closer. Take your arms out to the side, turn your head to one side and rock the ball to the other side. So as you let the ball rock, feel your spine turn as well. Good. So hold the ball with your legs, so you've got your heels sort of coming in towards you, so you feel you've got that not completely relaxed feeling through your legs, but just a feeling of the ball jammed back against your backs of your legs, against your hamstrings. Then bring the ball back. I want you to keep the ball kind of glued into the back of your legs and put your hands behind your head. As you breathe out, you're curling forward. Now I want you to curl forward, lift your eye line to over the top of your legs and try and pull your shoulder blades off the floor. And then roll your spine all the way down. So breathe out and curl forward. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to roll down. And again, forward. And back. Good. Curling forward, open your elbows, twist to the left, take your ball to the right, and back. Now you've got to be careful you don't lose the balance, lose the ball. Your waist is turning, hips are turning, got a little bit of a sense of your heels pulling in towards you, and you try not to let your upper back droop. Keep curled forward, bring yourself back to center, and roll all the way down. Lovely. Bring your arms down by your sides. Bring your heels a little closer in towards you and put the soles of your feet on the ball. Now this is a real big hamstring workout for the backs of your legs. You're going to attempt in this position to just lift your hips straight up, right up like that, hold, and then lower them down. Okay? So for a lot of people that's instant hamstring cramp. So what I want you to do is bring the ball in close enough. Think about it first. So press into your feet, squeeze your butt as much as you can. And it's one big push and lift. Heels quite close. And then roll and down. Okay? So we've got 2 more of those. We've got 2 more. Press down, squeeze and lift. And roll. So we're coming up much higher through our hips than we generally do. So it's a press. You're going to hold the top position. So lift, hold, push your arms down, push your legs out and straighten them, and then roll your spine down. So this exercise is called the semicircle. You're going to press and lift, boom, all the way up, and reach and lengthen and roll the spine down. 2 more. So in comes the ball. Bang, up, reach out, roll your spine down. Last one. Bang, up, reach out, roll your spine down. Now take a hold of, keep your right right leg on the ball. Bring your left heel, or your right heel, doesn't really matter which one it is, above your knee. Keep your knee pushing outwards. Bring the ball in towards you. And just take that into a glute stretch. So you're pulling your ball in, pushing your knee out, stretching your hip. Breathing into that position. Bring it back down. Then take a hold of your hip. Pull the knee, or the knee rather, pull the knee across. Reach out with your opposite arm and just turn your head to the opposite side. So you're stretching through that side. Bring yourself back. If you can, you're going to do the same thing and you're going to reach against your leg. So push out to stretch. Reach, 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 reach. You're getting it up the side of your shin, into the side of your leg, and back. Let's do that once again. So the knee comes across, hand on your foot if you can, or on your shin or on your leg, you can do that. Careful you don't come off your axis, don't roll over. Reach. I'm feeling it in here. Bring yourself back and swap the legs over. So heel above your knee drop out to the side, pull the ball in and draw it towards you as you stretch your hip. Very tight at the moment. And reach out. And again, knee comes in. And back. Now if you're very super bendy, you may want to give yourself a little bit of help by pulling the knee in closer towards you. But what I'd like you all to focus on is your knee going out so it doesn't pull in towards you and your hip doesn't lift or hitch up on the opposite side. And then back. Okay, so taking your leg up and across, rotate your head to look to the opposite height. So your legs coming across, your head's turning. You're stretching into your hip here, that's stage one. And bring it back. Do that once again. So drawing your leg across you. And bring it back. If you've got the length in your hamstring, take it across and reach out. So I'm going to hold my foot there. And I'm getting that all up the outside edge of my leg. All the way up. And bend. That's it. So reach and stretch. And then bring that all the way back. And then we're going to come off that position. Take your feet away this time. Come up to a sitting position. Right, you can do this with your ball, with your knees bent, but your ball needs to be in between your legs, or you can do it with your legs straight. Alright, so it's just a simple forward stretch. Scoop your tummy and roll the ball forward. So just take it forward to stretch out your back, and then draw yourself back and breathe in. 2 more. One more. And roll back. Right. Now, we're going to rotate the ball. So as you set yourself up, put one hand on the top, the back of the other hand on the outside of the ball. And as you go forward, you're rotating. Now, it's like a spinning globe. You're looking underneath your armpit and then bring it back. So make sure you're breathing, your tummy's pulled in, your back slightly rounded as you rotate. Breathe into there, look into the ceiling underneath your armpit. And back. Last one. The singing ball. It's great to make those balls sing. Back. Okay, put your hand on the top and rotate. Back. And 2 more. Every time I rotate, I'm trying to get a little bit more movement in my back fascia. And bring yourself back to center, and then just let the ball take you forward. So we're going to have the ball on our legs this time. Let the ball take you forward. Roll it over your feet to stretch. And then roll it back again. We're going to eventually roll all the way back. So I'm going to come a little bit further forward, so I'm still in the shot. Breathe out, push the ball over your feet, stretch, and roll back up into sitting. Let's do that again, breathe out. Now roll back, try to keep the roll, pat the ball back. You're going to keep the ball on your body, press your legs into the floor, and roll your spine down. Lift the ball up and reach backwards. Bring the ball forward, place it on your lap, nod your head forward, roll your spine up and roll the ball over your feet. 2 more of those. So rolling back, breathing in as you reach, breathing out as you bring the ball forward. Curl forward and stretch. Good. Breathe in, just go for a long stretch. Reach onto the ball, reach your feet away. Bring the ball up. Now this time see if you can bring the ball up and reach it forward without touching your legs. Roll up, just bring the ball up to the ceiling. Lower it down as you roll your spine down. Don't let it touch your body this time. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, reach forward. Engage your tummy, push up into the ball and lower the ball down. Come up to standing. Keep your ball in front of you. Sometimes a bit of a problem. Place your hands on the ball. Roll down. Now you're just rolling down with your hands on the ball, and I want you just to press into the ball and lift your tummy up so you're really opening out your lumbar spine again. Then we're going to go into a squat. So you're going to take the ball slightly forward, send your sit bones out behind you, reach them back and lengthen out. So I'm ending up with my tail and my sit bones in line with my knees. My knees aren't pushing forward too much. And then curl your tailbone underneath you. Just come to there. You can widen your feet out if you wish. Curl. Send your tailbone out. Lift your head, lift your gaze, reach. Just open those hips. And then curl back up again. 2 more. We're not restacking the spine. Just dropping into the squat. Widening out through our hips. Just enjoy that stretch. Head and tail in line, head lifted. And then curl back up again. Last one. Send your tailbone out. Reach. And then curl your tailbone all the way back under you. Just let go of the ball. Roll your spine up. Just feel your body weight on your feet. Balls always have a habit of trying to come back to you. You stay that way. And then nod your head forward. Just roll your spine down. Try not to have any tension whatever in your body. None in your arms, none in your jaw, none in your face. Breathe in. As you breathe out, push into your feet and roll your spine up. Just feel it rolls up very smoothly. Bring your head up last of all. Thank you very much.